Hi guys, this is Meenu. Welcome back to my channel Story Tale. Today we're going to be talking about One Italian Summer by Rebecca Searle. This is again one of the most hyped books on TikTok, Book Talk, whatever place you can call it. It is a very hyped book and I really wanted to read it for a long time now. And I did because of my challenge of reading A to Z books. And I picked it up because it starts with O, which is one of the rare books to find. But anyway, I picked up this book and I really regretted it. This is gonna be a spoiler-filled review. I mean, there are not actually much spoiler to talk about. This book does not have much. So whatever little spoilers I'm gonna give. Before I dive more into the book, let's talk a little bit about the premise. The story is point of view of Katie. She recently lost her mother due to cancer, and that is from where the chapter actually begins. We get dived into the death of her mother, Carol, and of course she is grieving a lot because she used to believe that her mother and she are basically soulmates. No matter that both of them were married, still these two shared a very different connection and they were really close to each other. That is why it really hit Katie in a very big way, and I can totally understand that. Because of the grief that she was feeling, she also felt very distant from her husband Eric, who is actually a very nice guy, but still she felt that the love between them was actually there just because of Carol, and because their love story did not actually have any kind of trouble or any kind of bumps in the road. That is why her love story is not actually worth it. It does not have anything to stand on. That is why she does not believe that she loves Eric anymore or that her marriage is worth it. Carol always talks about this place in Italy. I am not gonna say the name because I am pretty sure I'm gonna butcher the name and I do not want to offend people, so I'm not gonna say the name. It's a city or a small town in Italy, and that is where Carol, I think, grew up, and that is where she wanted to go back to, but she has not been able to. Katie and Carol already planned to visit there and they already had their tickets, but of course Carol died, so she could not go. But Katie decided to go anyway because she wanted to get to know the place that her mother loved so much, and of course she needed a little bit time to process everything that happened, and she wanted time away from everyone. That is why she also thought that this is the best plan. So she decided to go to this place in Italy, which is like one of the most beautiful places in the world. If you love travel fiction, this is the book for you because this book talks a lot about this beautiful city in Italy. Okay, fine, I'm gonna attempt the name. Please do not be offended. The name, I think, is Positano in Italy, and this is supposed to be one of the most beautiful places on earth, and the way that the author has described it, I believe it. This book is basically a love letter to the place. It has been explained so beautifully, every single place, even the sunsets and the sunrise, everything has been explained very beautifully in this book, and that is the only good part of this book. Apart from the description of this beautiful place, there's nothing much to the story. I thought this book is gonna be about grief, but it does not hold that much, even though Katie actually saw someone who actually looks like the younger version of her mother, and she believes that she is her mother because I do not understand why and how, and she is her mother. Okay, but we do not know if it's a time travel thing or different reality or parallel universe. I do not know what happens. The book also does not give an answer to you, so you are always going to be confused actually what happened. But somehow she sees Carol at the same place, at the same hotel, and of course they hang out, they meet. There are a lot of things that she finds out about Carol, but still she finds out that what she thought about her mother is not the same that she has always believed in, and that is actually okay. Mothers are also human. Not many children actually realize. They do not think that their parents are persons too. They also make mistakes. They have their own journey. Children never actually realize that. They put them on a pedestal and they think that they can never do anything wrong, and I don't think Carol did anything wrong, but Katie thinks that she did something wrong. But anyway, our parents do have a life before we were born, and they still have a life even after we were born. So what we perceive of our parents are not always true. They are their own person. They are their own human beings. So of course they do everything that we do, and they have already done everything that we have done. But anyway, Katie finds Carol, and then she also finds Adam, who she finds this instant connection with, even though she is married and though she has told Eric, who is the husband, that she does not want to be with him anymore, but it was not 100% clear because she just left. She just said that I want divorce, and that she just left without giving an explanation, without having a talk through. And by the end of the book, you will realize that she actually did not want the divorce. But anyway, she finds this instant connection with Adam, and they have this love story develop, and they eventually sleep together, which I think is the biggest problem in this book. Katie did cheat, right? She did cheat because she was not separated from her husband, and she did not actually make it clear. She said that she wanted a divorce, but she did not actually talk about it. She just said it and then she just left. So of course she was not actually clear about her intention. It could have been, because of grief or anything. So her action after that she came to the city was not acceptable. She literally cheated on Eric, and then after that she got reconciled with him. I do not know if she told the truth or not to him. I do not know about that, because she have actually believed that it did not happen, because there is this insane logic that she did not cheat on Eric. It is explained in the book, and I'm not gonna say it because I actually do not know what is the logic behind it. She just think that okay, Adam was in different era or a different time zone or something, whatever that parallel universe was, so he did not even exist at the time that Katie is alive, so it did not matter. But it did matter. You did not know that Adam did not belong to your timeline, and you still had sex with him, even though you were married, even though you were not actually separated, because you, when you were sleeping with him, did not know that he belonged to a different time zone, or there was something really wrong with everything here. So it still counts as cheating because you were aware of cheating, because you did take that plunge to take this next step with Adam. So that still considered as a cheating. It is not something anything else. It is still cheating however you justify it. And especially after Eric was such a sweet guy. He did nothing wrong. He was like, literally he did nothing wrong. He barely has any dialogues in the book anyway, but he did nothing wrong. From whatever we learn about the history of past, they had a really beautiful love story. And just because they did not have any big problems in their life, that does not mean that their love story was not good or was not real. And Eric literally did nothing wrong. The first chapter that we read, the way Katie treated him, I realized that Eric was actually a nice guy, and eventually she's gonna realize her mistake, but still she did cheat on him. And I really hope that Katie tells him what happened and he breaks up with her. I want that. I really want that. There's no excuse for cheating, no matter what you say. This book was so illogical at so many places. I just cannot even begin to explain what. There was actually barely anything good about this book. First of all, from where this Carol actually came. It was not explained. The timeline, parallel, nothing was explained in this book. Second, by the end of the book, we realized that Katie was actually not living in her timeline. She was living in the past. How dumb you can be to not realize that you are in a different time zone or a different era. It was like maybe 25 years back. How dumb is someone supposed to be to not realize that? I do not even understand. I do not understand how that happens. You have mobile phone, you have a lot of things. Even if I do not consider mobile phone, there are still a lot of things like cars, people, something has to be there. A newspaper, anything, TV. The most common thing in this world, TV. I'm pretty sure TV, which was 25 years ago, is not the same that is today. So how dumb are you supposed to be to not realize that? Second, the people of the hotel that Katie lived in, they were treating her like she's her best friend or their best friend. They were telling her secrets. They were telling her about past. What kind of hotel people actually treats you that way? No matter how good of a person you are, at least they will not do that in a span of 1 week. Maybe it can happen eventually. It would have taken a little bit of time, or even if you were a regular customer like Adam was, I can understand Adam was a regular customer, so they behaved that way with him. But why were they behaving that way with Katie? I do not understand. Again, this book was so illogical, and most of the places it was so pointless. I can understand that Katie was grieving, but even the grief process was not dived into much in this book. She was grieving about her mother Carol, and she gets to meet Carol, but most of the book she actually does not see her. She does not find out where she lives. She does not find out anything about her story. She just talks with her. She have this fan moment with her, she goes to dinner and that she has this fan moment, like when you meet a celebrity and the way that you feel, she has that with her. She does not even try to fix a meeting place, or she does not try to find anything about Carol. So again, that was very much unrealistic. I mean, this book was totally unrealistic. There was nothing realistic about this place, maybe except for the hotel and the place. Of course, in the acknowledgements, author did mention that these people were actually real, and I think that was very interesting part, that we are talking about real people in the book. I think that was very interesting. I really liked finding that out. But other than that, there was nothing interesting about this book. This was a very dull and a boring book. It is barely 300 pages and still I felt so bored. I still thought that it was way too long, because there was nothing good in this book. Not even the love story, there was nothing good. I did not like it. I did not like it at all. Nothing good was in this book. So for me, this is just a 2-star read. I do not know why there was so much hype around this book. This book has literally nothing, just a little bit of travel fiction. It talks about this place. I think it was again beautiful. I understand that, but other than that, this book has nothing. Do let me know in the comments down below if you think the same way. Did you like this book? Did you not like this book? Because I did not like this book at all. And do not forget to subscribe and hit that like button. I will see you next time. Have a great day.